Welcome to my kitchen for another episode of Rev Cooks. Today, I'm gonna be showing you Rev's ribs. Let's get it. As you guys can see here, I have 2 bone-in baby back ribs. And what we're gonna do, whenever we're cooking ribs, we're gonna cook these on my smoker. But I've found you can do them on smokers, charcoal grills, gas grills. Yes, you can make some good ribs even on gas grills, especially cooking on indirect heat. So when I say indirect heat, what I mean is, for example, if you have a gas grill that has 4 burners, then what you do is you'll set the ribs in the area where the burners aren't on, and you'll turn the heat on the other side of the grill. It's a great way to make ribs as well. But as for me, I'm actually going to be hitting these in my pellet smoker. I have a Traeger pellet smoker. And anytime you do ribs, if you want those ribs that really pull off the bone, you know, that really impresses your guests or anybody that's coming over and your family's like, wow, those were amazing. You know, there's a simple process you can do. For me, I like to do what I call a 3-2-1. 3-2-1. What do you mean by 3-2-1, Rev? I'm gonna have 3 hours of smoking the ribs on the smoker. After that, once they've absorbed all the smoke I want, we're gonna wrap the ribs. We're gonna doctor them up. We're gonna do some things with the ribs. I'm gonna show you the process. And I transfer them to my oven wrapped for 2 hours. Well, why do you do that? Why don't you just keep them on the smoker? 1, because they're not gonna absorb any more smoke because they're wrapped at the moment. And 2, I don't know about you, but where I live, buying the pellets is not cheap. So I wanna use my smoker as little as possible just to save money on pellets. So that's why I'm doing that. After 2 hours, we're gonna take them out and then we're gonna finish them for another hour back on the grill, back on the smoker with your favorite sauce, whatever it is. I used to make a homemade sauce. I'm not doing that today. I'm gonna talk to you about the 2 sauces I use the most, and I know you can get them anywhere that you live. I'm gonna tell you my favorite one, which I can't really find as much, so I have to get on Amazon. I don't have it today, so I have another one I really like. So we're gonna talk all about that later. But first, remember, 3-2-1. 3 on the smoke or on your grill, 2 wrapped. It can be on your grill or in oven like I do to save some money. And then the last hour, we're gonna finish it off back on the grill with about 45 minutes or so, just brushing with your barbecue sauce. If you want those amazing ribs, this is one of the first things you have to do. When you get the ribs out of the packet, you want to flip them over, right? You see this real thick membrane here? You can cook the ribs with that on it, but I promise you, they'll be more chewy. So what we want to do is take these ribs, right? I like to take a little knife and find one of the bones. As you can see, this one here is already pulling away for you real good. But let's just say it's not. You find one of the bones and just scrape it like that. And what you want to do is you want to take a paper towel. See how I'm grabbing that? And take and pull. You want to pull. See, that whole entire membrane is coming off. When you get that off, again, you got to work with it. It almost wanted to be perfect for Rev Cooks, but of course it wanted to fight me at the last minute. So you want to get this whole membrane off, and that will help as the ribs are cooking. For you that like that pull the bone out type situation, getting that membrane off goes a long way to that. Tell you what I do. I love Lambert's sweet rub of mine. I just love sweet on pork. As a matter of fact, as I'll show you later in the smoker, I'll be smoking with apple wood. Anytime I do pork, I typically smoke with apple or hickory, mixture of both. I like them, just depends on what I have. I prefer apple for pork, hickory for everything else. That's just me. Again, it's about what you like. You don't have to do it exactly the way I do it. If you don't, you might try Lambert's and like, oh, I don't like it. Maybe you like something else. I find Lambert's is a great seasoning for ribs, pulled pork, pork chops. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna season the ribs up. I like a lot of seasoning on them. We're gonna rub that in a little bit. And we wanna do both sides because we wanna love on the ribs equally. Now, the ribs are ready to go to the smoker. Or you might want to take some time, do this beforehand. You can wrap them up, just set them in your refrigerator. You can leave these sit up to a few hours. Let that seasoning kind of sink into that meat. Multiple ways you can do it. We are back. Here's the thing. I've let these just sit and marinate a little bit in that season. As you can see here, I have a squirt bottle. This is filled with 100% all natural apple juice. What we'll do is we'll spritz this about every 30 minutes on the grill, give it a nice little shearing and a coat while it's on the smoker, keeps that meat moist. There's numerous things that you can do. I know some people like to fill up like aluminum foil pans with juices or water and just sit it in the grill to keep it moist. You can do that as well. I've just found for me, it's easier just to hit it directly. So why don't you guys follow me? We're gonna head out to the smoker where it should be ready to go. Pardon me for the noise, guys. We're actually in my neighborhood, so it's Memorial Day. It's a day where we remember those who sacrificed so much. So people are off, they're working, they're doing yard work. Some with family, some are chilling. Come over this way, camera person. Take a little peek in there. We're gonna move these back a little bit. You know your hot areas in your grill, but this is a smoker. This will pretty much just smoke as it goes. Close those bad boys up. Hey, you know the rest. 3 hours on here. Every hour we're gonna hit it with that apple juice. After that, listen, I'll show you what to do along the way, and then I'll show you the finished product. All right, guys, as you can see, we have our ribs that have been taken off the grill, the smoker, and we're going to do a little bit of prep work to get them ready for the final touches before they get sauced. So what I like to do is add a little butter to them. Nice little, you know, little extra never hurt anybody. Also, because I like my ribs sweet, we're going to add a little bit of honey. A little bit extra of our Lambert's sweet rub of mine. Some salt. And of course, you always got to have a little crushed black pepper. Then what you want to do, guys, is you want to fold this up a little bit. Remember, you want to use heavy duty aluminum foil for this. If you have regular aluminum foil, you're going to want to double that up because the bones of the ribs will poke through your foil and it'll create a problem for you, especially when you do this. As you see, got some apple juice here, 100% pure apple juice. We're just going to pour a little bit in there because what's going to happen is when you transfer these ribs to the oven, they're going to steam in those apple juices and it's going to be amazing. Sometimes, even with heavy duty aluminum foil, you have to watch because if you place a hole in it, you'll have to double it up real quick. So just fold these up so no steam gets out. There you have it. We'll transfer those to the oven and they'll be ready to go. Before we do that, rack 2. Now that the ribs are good and sealed, you know where they go. I got this into a preheated oven about 300 degrees. We're gonna let those go for 2 hours, guys. 2 hours. After that, all we'll need to do is take it off, put it back on our smoker for about 30 minutes to an hour, start brushing it with whatever sauce of your choice, and man, you got REV's ribs. Hey everyone, we're back and I've taken these out of the oven, and man, I gotta be honest with you, I wanted to open these up and show you how the steam comes out and to be careful and to drain them and all of that, and guess what? User malfunction. The Rev didn't have it on record. Uh-oh. So this is actually take 2, and I can't show you what I want to show you because I didn't have it on record. Anyway, so as you can see, I've already taken these. What I wanted to show you is when you open these up, you have to be very careful because steam will come out and it will burn you, and there will be excess liquid in there from your apple juice. I've already strained that, moved that out, and here's the thing. Now we want to transfer these ribs onto whatever grill you're using and then begin to sauce them. You can eat them just like this if you like a dry rub, but if you want a sauce on it, there's multiple ways. You can make your own homemade sauce, or you can buy a store-bought sauce. If you use a store-bought sauce, just know that store-bought sauces have tons of sugar. So if you're cooking over a gas grill especially, please use indirect heat, because if you don't, you'll start to burn your ribs and you'll get a little frustrated, like, man, why are they getting so burned up? It's because the sugars in that sauce, it'll really burn on you quick. Here's the thing, guys. While these, I know you're thinking, man, the Rev done changed clothes on me. Absolutely. We had a wardrobe shift, because while these were in the oven working, I was working. And when I was going around the house, man, I got myself nice and dirty. So while these were working, not only was I working, I cleaned up, I changed, I took a shower, I'm all ready to go. And I want to share something with you. You know, preparation time's never wasted time. You know, I could have just sat back and chilled all day while these ribs were cooking, but you know what? I stayed busy. So I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but you need to know something. The Bible says faith without works is dead. And so if I want to have something that I'm moving toward in my future, don't allow your hands to remain idle. Don't just sit back. The hands of the diligent get blessed. So make sure, listen, even while one thing's cooking, you can still be working. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna take these out on the grill. I'm gonna show you how to finish them up with some sauce, couple applications, and man, we'll be ready to cut. All right, guys, here we are out at the grill. I wanna show you something I like to do. Now, you can take these ribs out and just throw them right on your smoker, on your grill if you want to. However, I found something easy, because at this point, these ribs, you know what, I'm gonna hand this to one of my trusty assistants. Don't show my assistants, please. Okay, so what we wanna do is you can take your aluminum foil, fold it back, and use it to help you transport the ribs back and forth from the grill. I just like to do that because what happens is the ribs are already so tender that if you start picking them up and moving them around, they can fall apart. If you want to do that, that's fine. I like to present them later in full pieces to the best of my ability. So I found this is an easy, no hassle way just to move the ribs right back onto the cooking surface. Because these ribs now, what we want to do is we want to get the sauce on them. We're going to sauce these ribs now. We're going to put a couple applications on it. I just like to brush it right on there. I'm going to brush these ribs with this amazing sauce. And somebody's like, what sauce are you using? Should I tell you? It's actually not my favorite one. I'll tell you my favorite store-bought sauce, to be honest with you. I can't find it anywhere locally anymore. For me to get it, I have to go on Amazon. My favorite store-bought sauce, believe it or not, because I love sweet ribs. I like Kansas City style barbecue. So my favorite is actually Bullseye's Kansas City. They used to have one called Sweet Hickory Smoke, but now I believe it's just called Bullseye Kansas City. As you can tell, the smoke is going crazy on us. That's my favorite one. I don't have any right now, so I'm using my second favorite from the store. It's actually Sweet Baby Ray's. It is his brown sugar sauce. Find that a really good one. Whatever sauce you like to use, like I said, you could make your own. But I've found store-bought ones work just fine. We're going to do at least 2 applications of this every 15 minutes. Take them off, let the ribs rest for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then cut them. It's time to eat. All right, guys, we are back. And as you can see, this is a finished product, fresh off the smoker, ready to go. If your ribs were done right, you should be able to do this. See that? Nothing on it. Because they're that tender though, it's not always easy to cut them. Normally, this is the Rev's assistant's job. So let me show you real quick. Let me cut into one. It's breaking apart on me. You see the nice pink from the smoke ring. And these cooked a little too long, to be honest with you, because I like them to be a little firm. But as you can see, they're awfully tender this time. But that's okay. You can see, you know, pick this bad boy up. You know what? Normally Rev don't like to taste test while I'm on camera. But I'm gonna have sauce on my face, and I don't care. Guys, that's good eating. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this Rev Cooks 3-2-1 tutorial. Sauce on my face, family's ready to eat. Ribs that are just fall off the bone. Guys, if this ain't good eating, listen, this will put the weight on you. So you have to make sure you limit how many ribs you eat now. Until next time, this is Rev Cooks. God bless you guys. I'll see you again soon.